If you're so smart, why aren't you rich? There's some serious depth behind it. We often assume that intelligence automatically leads to wealth, yet, real life doesn't always work that way. So, what's going on? Let's talk about the wealth divide. Let's start by looking at the distribution of wealth across the globe. Imagine all of the world's money as a single cup of pasta. The bottom 50% of the population shares the same amount as a tiny handful of billionaires. That visual is mind blowing. It suggests that being smart or hardworking alone might not be enough to move you into that tiny, ultra wealthy group. One analogy is to imagine each person as a type of pasta. Some are bigger, some are smaller, but at the end of the day, we're not that different in our basic makeup. So if we're all pasta, just in different shapes, why do a select few end up with such a massive share of the wealth? Enter the role of luck. Research and simulations by some scholars suggest that the wealthiest individuals in these models often aren't the smartest or hardest working. Luck, random chance, plays a much bigger role than we might like to admit. Now, this doesn't mean that skill and effort are useless. It just means that there's a huge dose of unpredictability in who ends up being extremely wealthy. Balance in skill and chance. Now, if you think about your own experiences, you might realize that every success story has a mix of preparedness, timing, and plain old luck. It's not always comfortable to acknowledge how big a part chance can play, but denying it might mean missing out on opportunities or failing to prepare for them. Next is intelligence versus income. Studies in certain countries have shown that intelligence does correlate with income, but only up to a point. The correlation tapers off, suggesting that once you reach a certain level of skill or intellect, other factors take over, like social connections, timing, or entrepreneurial risk taking. The other one is the expert trap. You see, being highly knowledgeable or talented can sometimes backfire when it comes to building extreme wealth. Why? Because if you're already in a stable, high paying profession, you might be less willing to take big risks. The more you have to lose, the harder it is to gamble on something new. This is what some refer to as a risk paradox. If you're doing well enough, the potential reward of a risky venture might not seem worth jeopardizing your existing security. Ironically, this means the more successful or smart you are in a conventional sense, the less likely you might be to chase the kind of massive but uncertain payouts that create extreme wealth. Next, let's look at the perfectionism problem. There's also a high tendency for high knowledgeable people to become perfectionists. You might want everything you do to be absolutely flawless, whether it's a project, a product, or a new business idea. But that can lead to hesitation or a fear of launching anything until it's just right. Meanwhile, someone else with a bit less experience might jump in, take imperfect action, and gain valuable ground. The Dunning-Kruger effect. Ever heard of this phenomenon? It basically says that the more we learn, the more we realize we don't know, which can make us second guess ourselves. Experts become aware of the endless complexities in their field, which can discourage bold moves, overcoming mental barriers. See, it's not just luck or willingness to risk that matters. Mindsets and beliefs about money play a massive role too. Many people carry around limiting ideas like money's evil or I'm not just good with money. These beliefs can form an invisible barrier, preventing us from even trying to improve our financial situation. Now, we need to rewrite our money scripts. We need to identify your beliefs. Notice the stories you tell yourself about wealth and success. You need to challenge them. Ask if they're really true or just inherited from family or culture. You need to replace them. Use affirmations and positive statements that support a healthier view of money. And you need to take small steps. Build confidence by taking action, whether that's saving a bit more, investing, or learning a new skill. Okay, let's look at why some people seem luckier. Now, when that lucky break appears, the people who benefit the most are often the ones who were prepared. They had the financial literacy, the network, or the readiness to say yes when the opportunity knocks. Even though luck can be random, you can increase your chances of benefiting from it by staying curious and learning continuously and being open to new ventures. Let's talk about defining your own success. Not everyone wants to be fabulously wealthy. Sometimes stability, fulfillment, and a balanced life are worth more than a massive net worth. It's important to ask yourself what truly drives you. Is extreme wealth part of your personal definition of success? Or do you value other aspects in life even more? So, if you're smart, why aren't you rich? Luck is a huge factor, and it's outside your control. Intelligence helps, but only up to a point. Being an expert can reduce your appetite for risk. Perfectionism and overthinking can lead to inaction, analysis paralysis. Mindsets and beliefs about money can also hold you back. Preparation can help you seize lucky opportunities when they do come. The real takeaway: wealth creation is a complex blend of skill, timing, mindset, risk tolerance, and yes, luck. You can't control all of these factors, but you can work on your attitude, your knowledge, and your willingness to act when opportunity arises. Here's a question to ask yourself. What's one small move you can make this week to improve your financial situation or mindset? It could be finally creating a simple budget, picking up a finance book or course, starting that side project you've been dreaming about, having an honest conversation about money with a friend or a mentor, taking action. Even if it feels small, it's often the difference between staying stuck and moving forward. I hope this helps shine some light on why being smart doesn't automatically translate into being rich, and what you can do to turn your intelligence into real opportunities. If you found the discussion helpful, please consider sharing it or reaching out with your thoughts. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and remember that a little bit of luck goes a long way, especially when you're ready for it. Take care, and I will see you in my next video.